So, in the previous video, we have just started the chapter number 18, that was pollution of air and water. So, in that we have studied about the air pollution. Up to we have first of all we have studied air pollution, then after effects of air pollution, then after acid rain, depletion of ozone layer, all these effects on plant, effects on animals, prevention of air pollution. Up to that we have studied, and then after we are just starting the water pollution. But before that I have just given you homework of let's answer. So the first is question number A, fill in the blanks. In that, air contains 21% of dash. First one, air contains, sorry, I am just writing the question, but I have write only the answer. So, air contains 21% of oxygen. Air contains 21% of oxygen. Dash and dash are air pollutants. So dash and dash are air pollutants. Students, see here, it is given in this. First of all, this chlorofluorocarbon and the coal. These both are the air pollutants. See here. See here, coal, burning of carbon based such as wool, coal, and release carbon dioxide and monoxide gases. So in that, second one, that is chlorofluorocarbon. Chlorofluorocarbon and coal. Okay, students. Third one, dash are tiny particles suspended in air, that are particulate matters. Third one, okay. Fourth one, dash and methane are greenhouse gases. So fourth one, that is carbon dioxide. Fifth one, dash decreases the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood, can lead to headache, dizziness and fatigue. So fifth one, that is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide. So these are the answers of fill in the blanks. And now just moving towards the question B, that is match the following. In that, the first one, global warming is there. So I am just directly writing the answer. So in the first, that is E, greenhouse gases. House gases. Okay. Second one, that is ozone layer. So ozone layer is depleted by chlorofluorocarbon Third one, carbon monoxide. Third one, that is the carbon monoxide, reduce oxygen carrying capacity of blood. Okay students, it just reduces the oxygen capacity of the blood. Fourth one, that is corrosion of metal, that is A, acid rain. Fifth one and the last one, renewable energy, that is C, wind energy. Okay, so please note down the answers students. I am giving you 10 seconds. In between you can take the screenshot or pause your video and just write down the answers. Okay students, I am just rubbing the board. So now we will start with the water pollution. We have seen the air pollution. So first of all, what is water pollution? In air, we have seen what is air pollution. The pollution which is there in the air are known as air pollution, and in the water means the pollution which is there in the water is known as water pollution. Let us see some of the points which are given over here. See here, the first is water is one of the most important natural resources. We cannot live beyond a few days without water. Thus, it is essential for the survival of the all human being or living beings. Almost 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. The various sources of the water can be divided into two main categories. So, the water can be divided into two main categories. The first one is groundwater or surface water. Surface water, and the another one is underground water. Underground water. Okay students, so humans have been responsible for the polluting the water bodies. Our activities are the main causes of water pollution, which are given below. So from which the water pollution occurs, let us see point by point all the things. See, the discharge of untreated industrial waste and domestic sewage in water bodies means the industrial waste which they do not just they do not treat the chemicals which are harmful. They do not treat the chemicals and directly put it into water bodies, so it is harmful for the water bodies. Another one is bathing animals, open defecation, washing clothes, etc. are near water bodies such as lakes and river. So here the bathing of animals and washing clothes, this also harms the water bodies. Agricultural runoffs into the water bodies have dissolved inorganic pesticides and chemical fertilizers. So oil spill from huge tankers in ocean, and fuel leaks from ferry boats and ship float on water bodies and adversely affect water animals. Means the boats and the ships which are running, and if they have a minor leakage in their fuel, then it also harms the water bodies. Okay students, now effects of water pollution. Which are the main effects of water pollution? But before that, we will just revise the water pollution introduction part. So, how many parts of water are there? Surface water and underground water. Okay. So, the main sources of the pollution is industries. Industry do not treat the chemicals which are, they just put it into lakes, rivers or anything else, and in the ships and in the boats there is a leakage in the fuel at some time. So due to that also the water bodies is harmed. Okay students, okay. And now let us see effect of water pollution. Effect of water pollution. Effect of water pollution. So the first one is industrial waste discharge into the water bodies contains toxic substance including heavy metals such as lead, cadmium and mercury, which causes severe damage to the nerve system, skeletal deformation and abnormal pain. Smaller aquatic animals such as frog, tadpoles and fish dies on consuming polluted water, which in turn affects the food chain as bigger animals lose their source of food. Okay, so the industrial just directly discharge their chemical untreated water to the water body. So due to that, what happens? The chemical substance just get it in, and the water bodies which are there over in the water, they will just drink that water or eat some of these, and this will chemicals will go inside them and they will die. So the food chain which is there, it will break. Means smaller will bigger will eat smaller. Okay, in that they don't have food. Drinking water will with untreated sewage is one of the major cause of illness in India. Polluted water causes some of the deadly diseases such as cholera, dysentery, hepatitis, gastroenteritis, diarrhea, tuberculosis and jaundice. About 80% of stomach diseases in our country are caused by drinking of this water. So, by drinking such water which is just chemically, and it has many of these such organisms, and the water is polluted, by drinking that many of the diseases just come. So 80% of the disease comes from the drinking this type of water. Next is oil spills and fuel leak. Boat floating on the water prevents sunlight from passing through. Aquatic plants die due to the unavailability of sunlight, and animals die due to the floating oil chokes them. So due to the leakage of that, the fuel will just float on the water. Okay, so by floating on the water, the sunlight cannot pass from there. So in the water there is some of the plants, it will not get sunlight, then it will just die. Okay, and it also harms to the fishes which are just on there. So the waste water released by the factories, fourth one, the waste water released by the factories and industries and the fertilizers which runoffs from agricultural fields is discharged into water bodies and are responsible for addition of excessive amount of plant nutrition. This is result thick growth of algae called algae bloom and many other weeds. Okay students, so when this industry just discharge untreated water, then this happen. Okay, And definition is given: an increase of nutrition in the water bodies that results in an excessive growth or blooms of an algae is called eutrophication. Figure 18.2. See here in 18.2 it is given decaying fish and algae. You can see here the pollution is given here. Algae floats on the water surface which prevents sunlight from reaching other water plants. As a result, water plants dies and oxygen is depleted in the water, which is turned that lead to the death of fish and other aquatic animals. So, what happened? The algae will form long chain on the surface of the water and sunlight cannot pass. So, the plants which are in the water, they just convert carbon dioxide into water in the carbon dioxide into oxygen in the water. So the fish and other animals will not get enough oxygen, so they will die. Okay. Now going to the prevention of water pollution. So following are the steps that can be taken to prevent water pollution. The household waste water should be treated properly before being discharged into water bodies. Means the household waste which are just throwing into anywhere in the lake or pond, then first of all we have to treat it and then after we have to discharge. So this is the first prevention we have to take. Second is toxic industrial waste should be treated chemically and converted into harmless material before discharging into water bodies. Factories should be preferably recycle the treated water. Factories should be just treat first water and it should be harmless, and then after they have to discharge in it. Another one, laws related to water pollution should be strictly followed by all of us. These laws are for our own interest. Okay students, and bathing of humans and livestock, washing clothes etc. in the water body should be strictly discouraged. Okay students, so this is some of the prevention of water bodies. Okay students, now just moving towards our next topic, that is purification of water. See here the figure is given. First of all I am just drawing that only. So how the water is just purified. So the first step is source. First of all it comes from the source. Which are source? Rain, river, lake. Okay. Then after second they will go source which are rain, river, okay, etc. And next they will go to the second one, that is reservoir. Third one, they will just pass through the filter beds. Pass through filter bed. Fourth one, it is then chlorinated. This is then chlorinated, and then after fifth step, that is Fifth step, that is, it will come to our home. Okay, so this is the water treatment, but we will just see one by one. Okay, students, see here first. Water is supplied in our homes by the municipal water distribution system, which is purified river water. Water from rivers in general unclean due to germs, soluble salt, and suspended impurities such as sand, sleet, and clay. The three main processes that undergoes water into the water purification plants are sedimentation, filtration, chlorination. Figure 18.3 is a simplified flow diagram that shows the stepwise process followed by when it is treated and purified for domestic and industrial consumption. The process of purification can be comprised the following steps. Water collected from the river is made free of large pieces of dirt and pumped into reservoirs large time. First of all, water which is connected, they will go to the river and rainwater. Then the second one is it is kept undisturbed. So in here only it is kept undisturbed in the reservoirs to suspend impurities, settle down. So this will settle down, and this process is known as sedimentation. And then after, water is passed through the filter beds and to remove impurities such as algae, bacteria, and chemical. This is called the filtration. And then after, it is then added. It is then chlorinated to kill any harmful microorganisms that may be left in at this stage. And then after, the last stage, that is, water is then suspended to home and factories by huge water supply system. Okay, students, see here the figure form is also given over here. Here, impure water can be purified by various methods such as filtration, sedimentation, and decantation. Filtration, the process by which insoluble impurities are separated from water by passing the impure water through a filter or filter paper is called filtration. Sedimentation and decantation, these methods are used for separating insoluble impurities that are suspended in water. Okay, filtration means that using the filter paper or anything else, it is filtrated. And sedimentation and decantation, these are the method for separating insoluble impurities. Means in the sedimentation, the water is just undisturbed for 1 to 2 days, and then after all this will settle at the bottom, and then after it is filtrated. Okay. See here, in sedimentation, impure water is allowed to stand undisturbed till suspended impurities settle down at the sediments. Thereafter, clear water, upper water is poured into a separate container by the process of decantation. Okay, students. And then after comes distillation. This method involves heating of impure water to its boiling point, which converts water into steam. The impurities remain in the container and the steam is passing through a condenser where it cools and changes back into liquid water, which is collected in a separate container. See here, it is given over here: filtration, then sedimentation, then decantation, and then comes distillation. Okay. See here, out of these processes, distillation, purification, water completely, filtration removes insoluble solids that are bigger than the holes in the filtration device. In sedimentation, decantation, only heavier particles settle down and can easily be removed. So in the distillation process, only what happens in the distillation process, only the pure water purification is 100%. Okay, students. Now we will see next, that is potable water, but that we will see in our next video. Okay, students. So in your homework, what you have to do is just try to find out try to find out exercise answer. Okay, try to find out the exercise answer, because only 2 topics are remaining. Last 2 topics are remaining that you can just easily read, and it is only the potable water and purification of water at home. This topic you can read at your own, and in next video I will just explain first of all this topic, and then we will go to the exercise answers. Okay students, we will meet in the next video. Okay, bye students.